Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope you guys are doing good today. I'm doing well. So, this is the long awaited, the much anticipated, not really, Ready to Love Miami reunion review. I'm pretty sure that I am probably echoing and I probably sound very out of breath because I'm extremely congested, number one. And number two, I am sitting in a stairwell right now doing this review because my homegirl is sleeping and I didn't want to wake her up and I didn't want to go downstairs at the hotel. But I've been out of town, I've been out the country. I went to London, Paris, Rome, and now I'm in Spain. And I'll be back on Friday. So I decided to go ahead and try to get this review out. I didn't think I was going to have time to watch the show, but I watched it early this morning. Oh, y'all gonna hear me cuss. You about to hear me say a lot of I don't care because I don't care. I didn't even take any notes for this review. That's how bad these people get on my nerves. Okay, let's get it started. So, in no particular order, I'm just going to kind of talk about what happened on the reunion. You guys know in the very beginning, they get a bunch of clips out the way and show a lot of things that happened previously. After we sit through that, they start calling people to the carpet, start seeing who's together, who's not together. Let's first talk about Corvea, just because she's the first person that popped up on my mind. She looked beautiful. Corvea was kind of slated early on as a gold digger, as somebody who just wanted a man of means. And I came to figure out, and somebody in my comments actually helped me figure this out as well, Corvea wasn't so much of a gold digger as she is somebody who wants a go-getter. So not gold digger, but go-getter. She wanted somebody that wanted to build and get money just like she wants to build and get money. Why would she be with somebody who she can already tell lacks the ambition? Because that's something that she wants in her life. She comes from a family that didn't have a lot, that worked their way into some things, and she wants to continue that. She doesn't want to be with anybody that doesn't have that same doesn't match her, because she's admitted that she has that as well in her and that she spoils herself. So why would I be with somebody who didn't want to do those things? That makes sense to me. It makes sense to a lot of the gentlemen, specifically Mark Anthony, after they hear her retell it and talk about it and what she meant by spoiling, because, you know, a lot of them were upset by that. It makes sense to everybody but Lyndon. Lyndon still don't appreciate it. Lyndon still feels like you didn't really get to know me. You only knew me all of 20 minutes, and all of a sudden I wasn't good enough for you because I needed to go to therapy and I had a roommate. And it's really that roommate that got to him, okay? It's that roommate comment that really made Lyndon bother. But Lyndon, you have a girlfriend now, so it seems you can get a woman even with a roommate, even without going to therapy. And Corvea said, if that disqualified me for you, that's fine. There's plenty of other women here. And I feel the same. I think people's standards are their standards. As long as they're not like colorist or extremely stereotypical, and even if they are, your standards are your standards. You're allowed to have them. I didn't have a problem with Corvea having them. Maybe the way she came across could have been seen as a little snooty or, you know, rude. I can see how she would come off that way. But she's particular about what she wants. And I think that she should go on a show with bachelors in a higher tax bracket. Just my opinion. All right, the elephant in the room, of course, I'll just go ahead and get that out the way too. That would be Jeffrey and the horse jockey / Easter suit wearer that is Andre. I'm not really sure why Andre had on that blazer and those socks and those Oxfords and those shorts. And you guys know how I feel when I get on the reunion and the men got their knees out. Like, what are you doing with a short set on? It was so confusing to me. It reminded me of, I went to a church that was real big on Easter. You know, everybody got clean. And it reminded me of what the younger boys used to wear for Easter Sunday. Like, they might have on a short set. I've never seen a grown man in a short set, not with the long blazer attached. So this is something new for me. And Andre is a very different person, you know, from his head to his knees to his toes. And we see that again on the reunion special. So Jeffrey, first thing I noticed, other than the short set, is that Jeffrey's voice sounded a little different to me, y'all. What was going on? It wasn't the normal, like I'm so happy. Like I me and my biblical husband and these guys. I was just it that clipped cutesy Betty Boop voice she used to have. It's still cutesy, but it was a little country. That mouth opens up real wide when it wants to. And all that sweet talk was out the window. I can't even do it. Okay, I can't even do Jeffrey's voice that she had on the reunion. But this is not the voice I was used to hearing. I had to check my headphones. Y'all let me know if y'all heard different. So they haven't really spoke since they chose each other, biblically. And Andre says it is because, well, Jeffrey says she'll give the reason. So Jeffrey gives the reason, and the reason is because Andre wasn't comfortable about the conversation that the two of them had in regards to her children. Okay. Andre wanted to know why she had two different fathers and neither of the fathers were in the child's life. That didn't sit well with him. Jeffrey says that she does not have anything in place that keeps them away from the children. Andre just wanted it out. Why weren't you asking? You already knew my situation. He wasn't pleased with the answer. And so that is when he decided that he didn't want to deal with me in that way. Andre does feel like she's doing something to keep these fathers away. Like a child isn't just going to say he doesn't want to see his dad. Now, are the children saying that? I don't know if that's what she told them, but a child isn't going to just say that, which they will, actually. They will. You have to be doing something. I wish Jeffrey wouldn't have made this comment. I understand why she did. I just wish she wouldn't have. She says that you're saying this to me like Black men don't walk out of their children's lives every day. Like they don't walk away from their kids. They do this all the time. Of course, that's going to cause a tizzy on stage, right? Just like if somebody were to say it about us, it would cause a tizzy. Listen, normally I don't even care about being fair, but I will do it. I will entertain it in this regard. Jeffrey, I got where she was coming from. I've had these conversations with people before. Nephew Tommy wants us to add a not all. So for the sake of the reunion, we will say no, not all. But I did hear somebody say, I don't know who said it, might have been Anthony, but somebody was like, well, all men do that. So is it not all, or it's just not all if it's Black? But it's all men any other time. No, I'm just kidding. I know where she was coming from. Wish she hadn't have said it. Yes, it does happen. In Jeffrey's case, even though I don't care for Jeffrey, I do believe Andre was looking for an out because he knew her situation already. Why choose her when she already had been very elusive about what was going on with her children's father? I'm always along the lines of thinking if it happens one time, I understand. If it happens twice, I'm a little bit confused, but it can happen twice. I'm just hoping that Jeffrey doesn't go for number 3. Okay, don't let this happen a third time to you. And it could have happened with Andre, but I knew from watching them interact that neither one of them know how to read obvious red flags. And maybe Andre does. He just wanted to get what he wanted out of the deal and then go ahead and leave out. But we knew this was going to happen. We saw the writing on the wall. Jeffrey, just focus on yourself. Just focus on yourself, and I wouldn't have no more children for nobody. I don't care if we got married. I would get with somebody who already had children, and I wouldn't have no more children for nobody because obviously people have not been reliable with you and your children. I just wouldn't do it again. But that's just me. You got your 3, baby. Raise them 3, child. Raise them 3. But yeah, we kind of knew this was going to happen. Switching over to a couple that is together, Blake and Sue. Sue has no problem with her nickname of being the advocate because she is a lawyer. So that tracks. She advocates. She's an advocate. So no problem there. They look cute together. I'm fine with Blake and Sue being together. I've been fine with Blake and Sue being together because they're both kind of dry. And if she wants to, she likes Blake's strange cadence and sociopathic eyes, then I do believe that they should work that out. They live about 10 minutes away from each other. They've been having spend the night, spend the night bags, and good for them. Okay. Neither one of them want any more children. I love that for them. I think they are really probably going to stand the test of time because they have a good friendship and a good foundation with each other. And Jeffrey was over there, I ain't gonna say she looked salty, but she looked silly. Okay. She definitely looked alone over there on the end of that couch. Who else do we have to talk about? Blue, who is facing some federal charges now. Blue, what you been doing, baby? Kayla, are you gonna hold your man down? Why? You better not. Okay, ladies, we not doing that no more. It's 2023. We're not holding nobody down. I don't care who go to jail, not even Jesus. So, him and Kayla from last season are together. You guys know I liked Kayla a lot. So I was happy to see her with somebody, especially somebody older, got a little more maturity on him. It was cool. It was nice to see. I don't really know what's going on with his federal charges, though. But the old girl, y'all remember old girl who got eliminated pretty early? I can't remember her name. Cute girl, brown skin. Said that her and Blue had just had a conversation not too long ago, and she was shocked to see Kayla out on stage. Kayla says he has conversations with a lot of people. I said, Kayla, don't speak on your man. What I always tell y'all ladies, don't speak on your man, because one thing these men will do, and that is embarrass you. So don't speak on your man. Okay, just be like, oh, I don't know nothing about that. You need to talk to Blue. Don't try to defend him. Blue just sitting there too, probably wishing that they would get into an argument, because I think y'all like when we argue over y'all. But Kayla is just like, she kind of pays it. They only been dating 3 months, okay? Even though she done met the cat and he done got the cat, obviously, because she got a side of the bed. But Blue and the old girl, the girl that mentioned that they had just talked not too long ago, said that, it's messed up that you had that conversation with me. And if Kayla knew the conversation we had, she would not have been happy about it. Blue kind of skirt the whole subject, and he wants to get up and walk away. I guess we'll never know what the exact conversation was, but maybe it has something to do with those two rendezvousing and getting together. What do you guys think? All right, so next we have Morgan and Lyndon. But before I talk about them, y'all, why they so dramatic backstage? When Kayla came out, everybody was like, oh, curveball. It's a curve. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Like, stop acting. Will, did you put them up to these antics? So Morgan and Lyndon talk about the nature of their relationship. It's a shame that these two didn't work out. They actually do seem like they get along really well. But I do believe that although there's not a significant age gap, Lyndon is just not where Morgan would need her man to be. He's really not where a 33-year-old man probably should be. I'm just being honest. Not one that wants to, really start some things. Like, if you just want to date, cool. But if you're really trying to get a family going, there would be some things that even I think a younger woman would want Lyndon to be doing. But Morgan, who looks like a very beautiful version of Tokyo Tony. Like, she looks like what Tokyo Tony tried to do before cigarettes, drugs, and bad decisions. And so she talks about how they had a really good friendship, and that's something that her and Tony really didn't do. But her and Lyndon really do have a really good friendship. When she saw his face at the end, right before that elimination, she felt bad, and she knew what she needed to do. And it really hurt her because he's such a sweet guy. She called him a unicorn, boy. Y'all know that pissed Big Tone off. He was over there in his shiny jacket like a unicorn, baby. It's only one unicorn, and that's me, Big Tone. So, they showed the kiss, and Big Tom was over there, y'all. He was staring intently. I said, ooh, that boy crazy. He crazy. And then Cynthia gonna put something on it talking about, it was passion. I said, shut up, Cynthia. Mess. But that was the first time that Tony saw that kiss, and he said it did sting a little. But Lyndon was a guy who came after what he wanted, and that's just what that was. They do end up in another section talking about their little tiff at the table, and Tony just feels like Lyndon broke the bro code. Okay, he broke the bro code. It was bad timing. He shouldn't have said it, but did you say it though? But you said it though about Marcy, and he was kind of close to Marcy during this reunion. Him and Morgan actually end up getting into it, as they always do, because like they called it in my comment section, them fools continued to date each other after Morgan chose herself. Morgan, why you sit up here on this television screen and play games with all of us when you knew you was gonna go with his shiny head in the first place? So they continue to try to date, but they're toxic for one another. And I agree with Tony when he said that, even though Morgan gonna say nothing about my love is toxic. Nair, yes it is. Yes it is. Okay, you don't get to rewrite history. And we see how you act on the show. Yes, there are things about your love that are very toxic. Both of you, which is why you ain't have no business being together. Not on my watch, Morgan. But there y'all were, sitting up there like two fools arguing once again. This is a bunch of sexual tension at the end of the day. I don't know what kind of strong backed D that Tony is throwing around with Morgan, and I don't know what kind of positions or Kegel muscle exercises she doing on Tony, but whatever it is, it's causing them stress when they don't get it from each other. This looked like about 3 days worth of them not having sex, and now they just mad. So Morgan is going back and forth with Tony, talking about he's just a liar. He didn't want any of those things that he said he wanted. He don't care about starting no family. And Tony was just saying, he was making excuses. He was basically saying, once I got with Morgan and we tried to date, I realized that there were just other things I needed to handle. You know, it's a times table. And he was making it seem like he didn't really have time in his life for a relationship. And what you come on the show for, if you just wanted to get the skins, you could have got that. You could have got that with no problem. So Morgan was just like, he's a liar. Basically, he's just a liar. He's just a liar. And really, the two of y'all had a physical connection, I think. As much as y'all wanted to talk about the spiritual, y'all didn't focus on that. You focused on your physical, and realized that there are a lot of qualities that you like about each other from afar, but together they just don't work, and you don't want to let it go because it's good, ain't it? I know it's good, okay? I can look at both of y'all and tell that there's some things going on. Tony probably picking her up, throwing her around the room. Listen, y'all gonna have to figure out what y'all gonna do about that. Either just be cut buddies or just let it go. Morgan, I suggest you let it go, though. You need to let it go. Okay, that deal drive you crazy. So anyway, Tony follows Morgan off stage. Like, I want to talk to you. Can I just talk to you? Let me talk to you. And Morgan's like, no, I want to be by myself. Let me be by myself. I said, ooh, boy, they gonna have a good romp in the dressing room. We know couples like this, y'all. We all know couples like this. They argue, they fuss, they fight. Do not get into it with them. Do not try to defend them, because next thing you know, they're going to be in bed together talking about you and how you tried to get in their business. So just don't. Just don't. And what's with Mark Anthony trying to get in the business a little bit while he's sitting up under Mercedes? Like, what happened with the two of them? So I guess we'll find out for reunion part 2. I'm pretty sure it's something I've left off. If it is, it's because it wasn't important to me. Like, I know they talked about Marcy and Lyndon and that little kiss thing. I'm trying to think of what else. I know that they talked about the usage of the lifeline. It was just a bunch of recaps that I didn't really hold necessarily to my memory. But I will say the villain of this reunion looks like it was Jeffrey for part 1. Not sure who it's going to be for part 2. We called it with the two of them. Of course, we knew Blake and Sue-Ann were going to be together, and we'll just see what part 2 has for us. Not much, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. I know this review wasn't all that great. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will try to get part 2 up as quick as I can, y'all. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.